cube.
No, you can place the 100-foot cube anywhere within 300 feet. You don't get to pull from two separate areas. So you could create a cube of that is over part of the ocean and then goes onto the land and it would suck water up. But I think that's about 100 feet from.
I don't think it's particularly helpful
over there.
I don't think it's gonna do it.
Yeah.
Well, Brandon, I was just gonna say you might want to take off counterspell because I don't think these use counterspell. I don't think they have spells.
Yeah, true. I mean, what would I replace it with?
I don't know. It's just a suggestion. You don't have to do it.
No, I mean, I'm not against it. I was asking for another suggestion if you had one.
I don't know what else you have in your spell book.
There
nothing
are
really
rules
works
for having dragons as innate magical or being able to innately cast spells.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, it's a variant rule, but generally they just have breath weapons and some primordial magic.
Yeah. I'll just keep it on. I'm literally only going to be using this class for another session or two, so
that's fair.
I don't want to put too much thought into it at this point.
Well, you literally just have to unclick the spell and click another spell. That's all.
Okay. So there would be some, for today's activities, you can go to the blacksmith, you can try and go to the port and talk about trying to buy the boat. You can try and go to Gauchus and talk about possible other monsters you can fight. You can go to the blacksmiths or the leather worker and try and make an item. Or you can bet on a fight that's going on today.
Yeah, I guess at this point the best thing I can do is just try and make a little bit of coin as much as I can. So I'll bet on a fight.
Okay.
What's the minimum bet?
For the normal one, I think it's 5 gold.
Okay. Well, I can spare 10.
Where is my page on the list of fights?
Kyle, how did you say you drag and drop a spell?
4th tab. It looks like the books. You type in the spell name.
Yeah.
And then you drag it to your character sheet with the spell tab open. It might be different for clerics, but...
I need to go feed my cat, so I'll be back in a second.
Sure.
For instance, if I type telepathic bond... or fireball, even... and then I drag it, it will say... enter spell or something.
Where exactly do you drag it to?
Your character sheet. Do you not have a spell tab on your sheet?
Yeah, I do. I'm saying, just drag it
anywhere.
Oh, okay. It doesn't work if you've got your.
You can't have it on pop out, I think.
Yeah, you can't have it popped out.
Oh, okay.
It's got to be in the same window, and then you can do it. I remember that from when we first did it.
Okay, because I'm totally equipping Mass Cure Wounds for this one.
Okay.
It's probably a good one.
So the T-Rex has 136 health points, and it's a class 8, challenge 8.
Holy shit, because you get all of that as temporary health points.
Yes.
And then when they go away, you just go back to yourself at whatever health you were at.
So it'll be a quick way to heal someone.
A quick way to get somebody out of danger and into fucking that dragon up.
T-Rex versus dragon would be a great fight.
As long as the dragon's grounded, yeah.
Oh, that's a good point.
T-Rex with his scrawny little arms trying to reach up and grab a dragon.
There's also a grade 8 which has 157 health points.
Say a great ape.
Giant ape.
Oh,
So
gotcha.
basically King Kong.
Awesome.
That would probably be a better fight because they can jump and.
I'm back.
Back.
Where is my? You guys down to take a quick break for a minute?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good for that.
How late do we plan on playing?
I
I don't have anything to do, but yeah, I was just wondering if you guys have some time.
Maybe I'll put my 2 cents in. Maybe this is more of a roleplay session, and we do everything we want to up till the arena fight, and then save that for the next one.
That's okay with me.
I'm fine with that.
No, I can keep going. We can keep playing. We can get to the point where we leave the island. I'm prepared for that.
Okay.
Okay.
So then what's left for us to do? We got to talk to Cassia to get our 1,000 gold. We got to
No,
fight it.
She already paid for
Okay, sure.
9,000.
So we got to do this fight to get hopefully the last bit of gold that we need. I personally want to swing by the blacksmith. What else do you guys want to do while still on Pokotokoto?
Honestly, there's nothing I need to do, I think.
You guys need to get a boat.
Right, a boat.
True.
That.
Yeah, you need to get a boat. You need to pay off the debt. Yeah, that's everything else is optional.
Do you think you, with your pirate stuff, can talk us into a crew?
I can certainly try. As a cleric, I do not have very high charisma for talking. That will change as soon as I'm a bard, but I can certainly give it a shot.
Well, I'm assuming you'd get advantage because of the pirateness.
I like that. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
I don't want to assume anything. I just think that makes sense roleplay wise.
I mean, I think before the match, you could maybe go down to the docks and try and secure us a boat at the very least.
Yes, you could do that today because you don't have a fight today. Your fight is tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I think that's something that we could all do together, honestly, just to...
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys, after talking with Lucius, as you are leaving, a courier runs up. And I'm going to just post this real quick before I'm just going to run to the store and back.
Okay.
Cool.
How do I show it to just Son? Okay. Son, you have a letter came for you.
Okay. If you can't do it in Roll20, you can just DM it to me in the
Do you see it?
No.
It should have popped up.
I see it in the handouts though.
Okay, yeah. Look at it on the handouts. If you don't mind everyone else being able to see it, I'll share it with them too.
You can share it with them. It's extremely small.
Extremely, you can't click on it to expand it?
Even with it expanded, it's pretty small.
Oh. You can zoom in on it.
Yeah, it's not a problem. I can.
Okay, as long as you can read it. So yeah, I'll give you the time to read that while I run to the store.
How long do you think you'll be?
Oh, like 5 minutes.
Okay.
Maybe if there's a line, maybe like 7 minutes. But yeah,
Okay.
the store is right and Find My Place.
Okay.
Do you guys all see the note?
I see it. I'm reading it.
So
It's if you look in the handout section.
Show to players.
I
Oh,
am
no.
on the section.
When I clicked share it, it only shared it with. I'll change it to all players. There we go.
I see it.
Got
Okay.
it. Oh my goodness, that is small.
It is detailing some of Brandon's backstory.
Okay.
Beloved Sanjina, beloved shepherd.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's called the fishing code.
Alright, I'll be back in a moment, guys.
All right.
Did he handwrite this, or is it a handwriting font?
I think he actually handwrote this.
I'm just imagining someone reading this. What do you? Oh, goat. What?
This might be a handwriting font. It's good handwriting. It's just really fucking small. It's now punishable by death.
I'll be right back too.
All right.
I don't know who we're missing, but I'm back.
Yeah, everybody else is still gone.
Oh.
Okay. I'm back.
Same.
Okay, I bought
Welcome
some
back.
beer.
I have acquired a sandwich.
Oh, hell yeah. What kind of sandwich?
Ham, cheese, and pickle on a brioche bread with mayo.
Mine is just vegan ham and
Yeah.
mustard.
Did you guys read the note?
Yep.
I read the note, yeah.
Alright.
I am conflicted on whether I should return or stay away.
Yeah. That's how I intended it to make you feel.
Yes.
So it wasn't your fault that you were a victim?
Brandon, what was the gist of the note?
Essentially what Kyle said, and also the king, who is my friend, the king is the one who wrote the letter to me anyways, but what Kyle said, like, it really wasn't my fault, the thing with the goats, and he was also, both in the same letter, he was pretty much giving me reasons that I should come back, giving me incentive to come back, but also warning me that it's pretty dangerous right now and I should stay away.
And apparently he wants you to marry his cousin.
Yes. She's a long childhood friend. A love interest.
Hey Q, are you there?
Yeah.
We were wondering if this was a handwritten font or if you actually wrote this by pen.
Oh, yeah, this is a handwritten font.
Okay. It looks like really good. But like yeah.
No way could I write with that much consistency.
That was the only thing. I was like, all of these
The
letters are
lines too
extremely,
straight.
yeah.
Every F is exactly the same. Every letter is exactly the same.
Yeah.
The X's are ridiculous. The X's
I think
are
my
more like a
favorite
weird P.
Yeah, I think my favorite part is the commanders of the cult of the pissing goat. Uncle Carricker, Frederick D'Ernesto, and what is that, Tredalia Grace?
Yes. And Kittle and Rockwell, their leader.
Oh yeah, Kittle and Rockwell.
I wanted to pick, I was trying to pick white trash bands and people. Then 3 Days Grace kind of fits that, but not.
That was the one that I was gonna be like, is that white trash?
Yeah.
Limp Bizkit, yeah, Limp Bizkit's pretty white trash.
Yes, Uncle Cracker.
Uncle Cracker,
is
definitely.
Fucking white trash.
That's
So
his whole bit, is being white trash, and same with Kid Rock, yeah. Fucking love it.
They are foreigners as well. There is the one thing I put in there. About interestingly enough, you are out of all the people who drank the love love potion, you're the only one who got pissed on by goats. So
I see. Well, I mean, I'm a shepherd, so yeah, I would understand, like, the next living creature that I see after ingesting it would probably be a goat or a sheep or whatever. Yeah. It all makes sense.
Alright, cool. There was another one that he sent with it.
Are you allowed to say that city name on Twitch?
I think you can say the word sex.
Yeah, you can say the word sex on Twitch.
It's
totally fine.
Do other things. He also sent with him the wanted poster.
Oh, okay.
Which I shared with you guys.
Nice. Wanted dead. Non-cultist leader Cadalen Rockwell, Uncle Carricker, Frederick Dernesto, and Tridelia Grace. To the brave souls of sex come. In light of recent
disturbances.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's way better.
Caused by the cult of the pissing goat, a royal decree offers a chance for redemption and reward. Any individual, including those with current criminal accusations who aids in the capture or neutralization of the cult of the pissing goat's leader, Kidlin Rockwell, and his top commanders, Uncle Caracker, Frederick Dernesto, and Tridelia Grace, will be granted a full pardon for their past transgressions. Alternatively, a substantial reward of 5,000 gold will be bestowed to the successful capture, and conclusive evidence leading to the apprehension of these individuals. This decree presents an opportunity to serve justice and restore order in Sexkung. Your courage and assistance in these trying times will be greatly honored and rewarded by the crown. For the glory and safety of Sexkung, King Willen Binch Jr.
Hell yeah. I visibly, like, as I'm reading these, I'm visibly, like, getting both, like, upset, but a lot more, like, okay, now I understand what the fuck happened to me.
Yeah.
Oh, and also, I guess it would be good to tell Darren, I guess, that, after what happened, they made a new law where getting pissed on by goats in any capacity is now a capital punishment crime. It's a capital offense.
Punishable by death?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's right up there with, like, treason and shit.
Of goat farmers. You do not want to be a goat farmer right
yeah,
now.
not with the cult of the pissing goat around.
One of the things, I think you can surmise this, but since you were basically a target by the cult of the pissing goat, you think that they probably wanted to get rid of you so that they could put their own person to become the king's goat shepherd.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I figured I wasn't just a random target.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's very dangerous to be a goat shepherd in a town plagued by the cult of the pissing goat.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
These are extremely trying times, my dudes.
Yes. That brings I think that brings a lot of context. It's no longer just a joke.
Yeah.
It's like real fucking problem.
I mean, there's still, like, the inkling of a joke, like, still, like, on the surface, because, like, it's still kind of funny how much concern is in the king's, like, writing. But at the same time, yes, he has turned it into a tragedy.
Would that be the king I stole from, or no? Because we didn't really clarify what king I stole from. Does Neverwinter have a king?
Neverwinter, they have a sort of king. He's like a guy who just claimed to have he just claimed the throne of Neverwinter. I think he's the Lord of Waterdeep at this point in time, and he just claimed to be title for the throne of Neverwinter.
Probably would have stolen from him then.
Yeah, there's like a group of people who don't like him and they don't think he deserves to be king, but there isn't a good alternative for a king. And he's been doing a good job, so no one has really like gone forth to try and usurp him.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Well, if there's any more questions, I'm ready to go try and find this boat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys enter into the port. Where is my port map? The Chitty Port.
Uh-huh.
Welcome to Chitty Port. I believe only Tom is on this map.
Oh, I thought we were all.
No, that's Son. No, I mean like from the last time you guys were.
Oh, I literally just put my.
Okay.
He's on the boat.
Put your tokens on if they're not on. Is what I meant.
Gotcha.
Okay. Go to the port.
I guess it would be a decent idea to just go over to the boats.
See the port. I'm going to read the same thing I read last time. The salty tang of the sea air as you make your way towards the sailor's respite. The salty tang of the sea air fills your noses. The bustling port of the town. Ships of all sizes and shapes bob gently on the water, their sails furled while sailors go about their work with practiced ease. The wooden docks are a hive of activity. Fishermen haggle over the day's catch. Cargo is loaded and unloaded, and merchants shout over each other to attract potential buyers. Here and there you spot ships with more ominous profiles, likely pirate vessels or slavery, docked under an uneasy truce.
All right.
This ship that you've walked up to, I believe that was. There's no guarantee that it's the same ship as before. I'm gonna roll something to see if it is. Otherwise, you might have to go to. I feel like it should be more dynamic.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's a lot bigger than just this map.
Right.
So, we'll just pretend that is not the same dock, but you continue going down and you end up seeing the ship of the Salty Marine. I think that was what it was called. And you guys walk up.
Okay. Well, I think they would probably notice Tom Riches. They don't know who we are.
They would know who you guys are through the rumors about the arena. The new champions would be known, but
Gotcha.
Looking for my page. Key events. Individual player events during the montage. Tom Riches. Okay. I took notes there. Yeah, you guys walk up. There's a number of sailors carrying boxes back and forth as you walk up the dock. Some of them look at you and they glare. They like motion their heads, move out of the way, because they're carrying heavy loads of cargo.
Okay, well, I nudge out of the way and then I just say, "Ahoy there! I would like to. Who would I inquire with about obtaining possible passage through the portal?"
Oh, that would to get through the portal. You have to have permission from the boss. Do you still have a debt?
I do have a debt. I expect it to be paid rather soon, and I was wondering about how I would get passage once the debt is paid.
We have permission from the one in charge.
Well, generally people they go through the portal on a boat. Generally, and he goes back to loading some stuff into a crate.
in the middle of Sanjina talking, I walk up from behind them and I'm just like, "What's up, guys?"
They look at you for a second. They look like they don't recognize you, and then you see the realization come back to their eyes, and they're like, "Oh, Tom!
What's up?
Oh yeah, hey Tom! You had
Hey,
a
you
good time on that last trip we took
Yeah,
you
man.
on?"
That was a fun
Yeah.
ride. I appreciate that. Hey, have you guys seen Alabaster?
No, we haven't seen Alabaster. We don't talk to him that much.
All right, you know where he
doesn't
might be
hang out
at.
here. He hangs out over in the shipyards.
All right.
The shipyards are further to the west.
Right, it's the port area too, or whatever.
Yeah. I don't have a map for that, but yeah, you guys will go over there.
Yeah,
If you
we can just
want, or you
RP.
can continue trying to talk to Juice, Maris, or Smitty.
Yeah, is Juice on board or is Smitty around?
Yeah, they're both here.
Yo,
Want
tell
me to go
Smitty
get
I
'em?
said what's up, man. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. He motions to one of his deckhands and is like, "Take over what I'm doing." And then he walks over. And he shortly comes back with Smitty, and Juice is with Smitty this time.
Hell yeah.
Smitty walks up and he's just like, hey, Tom, how are you? And then he reaches out his hand to shake your hand.
What's up, Smitty? How the hell you been, man? And I shake his hand.
Oh, same old, same old. And he looks at your companions and is like, these your friends?
Yeah, these guys are with me. That's Nix and that's Son.
Hey,
Hello.
yeah, I heard you guys were named the new arena champs. That's so cool.
Yeah, man. Tough shit getting there, but we made it.
And that the captain Juice walks up and he just is like, I've heard a lot about you three, more so about Tom, but it's a pleasure to meet you. I heard that you took my ship out on a little sail the other day.
Yeah, I heard about you too, Juice. Your first mate Smitty here was kind enough to give me a ride. It was a pretty cool experience.
Oh yes, this ship is one of the fastest in our fleet, but
That's what Smitty said. I told him I didn't believe him, and so he tried to prove me wrong by taking me for a ride.
yeah, this place is really cool. You can just sail forever if you want. Just go off the coast and then switch to going north-south and never end.
Yeah.
The constant wind at the back, it's perfect for practice if you'd like to.
So hey, man, I got a question for you. We're potentially in the market for a boat, but barring actually buying a boat, we might just need a ride. Smitty here told me that a good guy to look up for buying a boat would be Alabaster Jasper. You agree with that?
Oh yeah. Alabaster's me and him go way back.
All right.
We actually bought this boat from Alabaster many years ago.
Because we're gonna swing by and.
If I did want to inquire about purchasing an entire boat outright, what ballpark are we looking at?
You mind telling us what you paid for this butte right here? As I motion toward the salty marine.
If I had to estimate, probably like on the order of a couple thousand gold.
It's actually not as bad as I thought it would be.
I was hoping like the 500 or 600 range.
What did you say?
It's only a couple thousand. I thought it would be like a couple 100,000.
I said on the order of a couple thousand.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so it looks like like 10,000 for a long ship. 10,000 for a sailing ship, 25,000 for a warship.
A warship would be fucking awesome.
Get back to the mainland. Would you guys give us a ride?
Well, we aren't actually going to the mainland. You'd have to pay us a handsome sum to divert our wares. But I'm sure we could, I suppose. It would add an extra couple days to our trip once we leave.
Any of these other captains around here heading that way we might charter a ride from?
I'm not too certain about what paths the other ships are taking, but you can feel free to go ask them. But
well, sure.
whether or not they're forthcoming with telling you where they're going is another matter. Us ship captains are rather cautious about who we tell where we are going. You never know when you're going to be getting ambushed.
Speaking from experience, say, Maurice?
Yes.
Hmm.
And please call me Captain Maurice while you're on my boat.
I'm on the dock, Juice. But fair enough.
He glared at you really hard. He's pissed off now.
I mean, I guess we're gonna have to go find other
Yes,
captains.
very
I don't.
nicely.
Alright, I apologize, Captain Maurice. No offense intended.
Okay. Oh no, no harm done, I suppose. But yeah. Nice. Try and figure out. Yeah. If there's a cost. He turns to you guys, and he's like, the thing. He thinks he's like, oh, the thing about just chartering a ride is that you won't be able, unless you can, like, once you're dropped off at the area that you want to go to, there won't be anyone else who will know their way back here. And very, very few of the people around the area of Zakara ever, if anything, want to go sailing around in the Corsair Sea. So I think that it would be more prudent for you to get your own boat. That way you can pay to have it placed in the dock in Kudra or one of the other towns. And then when you're ready to come back to Poketokoto, you can make the way yourself.
It's quite a large sum of money to have to save up, though. What if
How much did you
we
say a warship cost?
25,000?
25,000.
Okay.
I think the lowest end of the scale was 10K.
10. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, what if we were to just strap a portal device to a canoe?
Yeah, they have rowboats. You can get a rowboat for like 50 gold.
Would we be able to get from...
We're not taking a fucking rowboat, dude.
You have open spots on your crew?
They don't. They have extra rooms that they normally fill with wares.
I want to talk in the group chat for a second.
Okay.
What if we get one of their members drunk and he doesn't show up? Do you think that'd be enough to get him fired?
Nah, they're sailors.
And no call, no show? Oh, yeah. 1,000%. I mean, I'm just going to say in the voice chat to everybody, I think that, staying around to save up 10,000 gold is going to take far too long.
No, it sounds like we're being encouraged to take a loan to buy a boat.
You are being encouraged to take a loan to buy a boat.
Oh, yeah, we can take loans now. Okay, I want a fucking loan of 25,000 gold. If we're going out, dude, I want a goddamn warship.
How many people does it take to man a warship?
That is not what I thought you would just get a long ship.
No, bro.
No, fuck that.
Fucking hire some deckhands to run the ship. Like, yeah, let's go.
I mean, dude, if we don't pay, what the fuck are they going to do? We're on a warship.
Do I need to remind you that they'll send a guy with a wabbajack to stuff us in a haversack?
I know. I'm obviously playing.
The fuck are they gonna do? It's very obvious.
I really don't like the haverjack. Or the wabbajack.
The Pokeball.
Especially the haversack is terrible.
It smells funny too.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, dude, if we're gonna take out a loan, I'm taking out a loan. And I want the fucking warship.
Alright.
I want to know how many guys it takes to sail a warship. Like, there's got to be a minimum crew size.
Yeah, I don't know. I gotta look that up. But if you want to get a warship, you gotta talk to Lucius about the loan.
Okay.
And yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to just freaking go into, I don't want to just willy-nilly sign a paper. So, let's go talk to Lucius, guys.
Yeah.
I would very much like to know what the APR is going to be on this loan.
This is great. This is so great.
The
All right,
DM has become Tom Nook.
I had to figure out some way for you guys to still have a contract that you need to work to pay back so that you have incentive to continue
Return.
working for and return to Pocatocato.
Yeah.
And continue working with
I
Pathicent
thought
instead of just fucking disappearing.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys get into Lucius's office. He takes his feet off of his desk and smiles at you. He's like, "Well, what can I help you guys with this time?"
I'm gonna give it to you straight, Lucius.
We want some
We
money.
need 25,000 gold for a warship.
Oh my! He leans back in his chair and smiles, and he's like, "Okay."
Plus a little bit of pocket change for incidentals.
You don't have to look so smug about it.
He reaches into a drawer in his desk and pulls out a cigar. And he's like, "All right, I think we can talk about this for sure. You, Nix, and Tom, you guys will be approved for the loan. You though, Son, you still need to pay back your debts before your name can be placed on the loan papers."
Oh, that's going to happen. Let's speak as if that's going to happen by the time we sign the papers.
Okay, so based off of your fight that y'all are gonna do tomorrow, see the dragon itself will get y'all about, I think, I'm not. This is me saying, I'm not sure, not Lucius, but I think about like 500 gold, and each owl bear, those are CR3. Those will be about 150.
Dang.
That'd be a good chunk of money.
That'll be a little bit more pocket change then. I only need 350 to get out, and I've got 68 on me.
Sorry, the owl bears will be 50 apiece, and the dragon will be 500.
Okay. I mean, what do you guys want to do? Do you want to continue with the owlbear thing, or just do the dragon and get the fuck out of here?
The dragon alone is going to be a tough fight.
Yeah.
I think you guys can do the bigger fight. And the owl bears, 6 of them, you'll get 300 gold. You'll get 800 gold from this, and you're gonna want a crew to do the ship, and you're gonna have to pay the crew. So
Yeah.
that'll be a good nest egg for paying the crew. And you have to pay the dock fee when you go to get to the city. You have to pay to dock your ship and have them watch over it while you're going around on the continent and stuff.
Not to mention, the bigger the fight, the bigger the amount of respect we gain on the island.
Yeah.
That one's not as definable as a metric, but
respect is a currency, though.
Yeah, it is there nonetheless.
That's a lot of gold for like a level 4, not like a level 10, but like for a level 4, that's gonna be a lot of gold to keep up with.
That's the point.
It is.
Yeah, we're gonna be some rich level 4s. That's gonna be great.
For a brief moment.
Yeah.
Till we get our ship stolen and our crew betrays us.
So Lucius pulls out a new contract, and for each one of you, I have not written the contract, but I know what the basic thing is. I have had it in my head for a while. Basically, it's you guys take out this loan of approximately $25,000 or gold, and you have a mission from Pathicent to go to Zakara and try and find a genie lamp with a demi-plane inside of it. If you can do that, that alone will pay for the ship.
Bet.
Okay.
I'm still deciding if it's going to pay for all of the ship, like because I was initially thinking 10. It would pay. You guys would get a long ship, and it'd be like only a couple thousand gold. 10 anywhere for. I was thinking before I read all this like 5,000 to 10,000 for the ship, anyways. But 25,000. I don't know. I think I'll just have a.
Well, I guess
probably-
I would ask, like, having a warship, would that give us any like actual perks while we're out on the ocean?
Yeah, warship will be harder to. I think it's slightly faster. Warship
Faster,
goes.
harder.
Okay, no, a long ship goes 3 miles
To
per
sink,
hour. A
does more
warship
damage.
goes 2.5, but a warship has way more weapons.
And it has like cannons, and so like we could get into naval warfare on this shit,
Yeah.
which would be fun, to be honest. So yeah, I'm sticking with warship. If you guys are okay with that.
Okay. He also mentions that there's a number of upgrades available for the ships. If you like, there are also
Tell me
very.
more.
I am looking at that.
I mean, yeah, I want the warship with the premium
but
package.
right now you're just going to be paying for the base boat cost.
Okay.
It'll be 25,000 gold. And all right, what I've just thought of is you will get the artifact, the genie lamp or whatever it is. That will pay. That'll be like a promise. If you get that, then you can be approved for another loan. But it will pay back most of your loan that you've already taken back, probably like 20,000 or something.
And then we'll get another loan and get another warship.
Or upgrade your ship. Yeah.
Yeah, there are two possibilities. For sure. I like the idea of maybe a fleet. That would be fucking awesome.
Become an RTS.
Yeah.
Absolutely, the goal is a fleet. We need a fleet.
So yeah, he pulls out the contracts, basically saying, I, Nix, I, Son, I, Tom, agree that by taking out this loan, I will do my best to go and find the artifacts that Pathascent asks me to.
Okay.
No matter the risk to life, limb, or liberty, you must continue with that as your goal.
I sign it.
I'll sign it.
I find this acceptable.
Okay. And then he looks at it and he smiles, taking a huge puff of his cigar, and is like, "Okay, fellas, here you go. And then he pulls out another sheet of paper and folds it in half, licks the edge, and then rips a clean rip off of it, and writes out basically like a promissory note for $25,000 for one ship. And then he writes down Alabaster Jasper, redeemable by coming to talk to Lucius.
Okay, fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. All right.
And he's just like, pleasure doing business with you fellas. Can't wait to see you fight tomorrow.
Hell yeah.
I find these terms acceptable.
All right. Anything else I can help you with?
I think that'll do it.
All right.
Appreciate you, Lucius.
Yep, thank you very much, sir. I don't think I have anything I really want to do
Hey, Lucius.
today. Anything else that I want to do today?
If we manage to get a clean decapitation, is that dragon head tomorrow going up on the wall?
He takes another big puff of his cigar and he looks at you and he goes, yes.
Hell yeah.
Alright, awesome. There's nothing else that I want to do today, so...
Okay. Let's say probably half the day has gone by. If you guys want to go to the dock, you can give the note to Alabaster Jasper and he'll go and get you a warship and
that way it'll be ready by the time we're done with the... I like that.
It'll be ready. He's gonna get a little bit of a crew together for you guys as well, and that'll be a little bit of an extra cost.
Will the crew have classes, or is it just regular NPC humans?
They'll be like regular NPC humans, but there's gonna need to be a captain. Because
that's gonna be Tom.
I mean, I don't know if any of you, Darren, you probably know how to sail ships, right?
I do.
Okay.
Yep.
I actually have
I wonder if Raggedy
a
will join
specific
our crew.
skill for it. I actually been meaning to ask that. I would like to try to recruit Raggedy. Yeah, I have proficiency in water vehicles
Okay.
and navigator's tools.
If that is the case, then you guys don't need a captain or a navigator, but you do need ship hands. So
Hell yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
while we're doing the fight, I'll figure out how that'll work. We can just like fast travel to giving the promissory note to Alabaster, unless you want me to roleplay as him.
I don't think there's
I
any.
don't have a special personality for him, so.
You said you don't have a special personality for him?
No, he's just another sailor. He's gonna be like, hey, what can I do for you guys?
Okay. Well, yeah, we'll just fast travel it then.
Yeah, if you don't have anything specific planned out for Alabaster, otherwise I would have wanted to meet him because that would be cool. I do have a question. Should we as players have any reason for concern that our crew could betray us?
I feel like if we don't pay them, they could mutiny.
Sure,
Yeah,
but as long as they're paid.
There's always a small risk. Like the conditions are bad enough. If you decide that you're going to sail out into the middle of the ocean and you don't have enough supplies, then the guys might betray you to turn the fucking ship around and go not die in the middle of the ocean.
Okay, as long as we treat them well, pay them, and don't put them in ridiculous amounts of risk, then they'll be good.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Okay.
Yes, if there's like, if you dock at an enemy or like a risky port and someone comes on and offers your crew more money, they might accept that, but that's
that's business.
Scenario.
Yeah.
That's business. Well, you know what else is business is, we have to sign a contract with Lucius. Just have the deckhand sign a contract with us that stipulates that I gios them. That's a month of servitude without having to worry.
I'm not opposed to that.
Yeah, Raggedy on our crew.
Okay.
Yeah, we never did get to actually chat with Raggedy at the party.
No, you didn't. But you did wake up. I put him in the barracks with you guys when you woke up this morning. If you want, you can go back by the barracks.
Oh yeah, we might as well go.
Raggedy's still sleeping in his bed. He hasn't got out. He looks sad.
Aw.
Okay.
I didn't want to wake him, but now he's just depressed sleeping.
Well, it doesn't seem like he's like really sleeping. He's just laying there.
Hey, Raggedy,
so like depression.
He's like, yeah, I'm up.
How would you like to?
I think we have an offer for you, Raggedy.
Raggedy, I got a question for you, man.
I heard three of you talk at the same time. I didn't understand anything.
I'll let Tom go.
Yeah.
Raggedy, you ever done much sailing?
He was looking. He looks a little bit happier now that you've asked that, and he says, I've never had the chance actually to go sailing. I do know a little bit about how ships work. You know, there's the crosswind that you have. You take a side wind and then generate it into forward force, which propels the ship forward. There's actually some interesting scenarios where a ship can sail against the wind faster than the wind is actually blowing if you have the right kind of setup. No, I haven't.
That's right. You're an engineer, aren't you, Raggedy?
Only the most famous one in all of Pocotoko.
Yeah, that checks out considering your first comment on sailing was how wind dynamics work. I got a question for you. How would you feel if I made you an offer that would result in your first time sailing being on a warship?
I suppose. What, like, you want to go for a ride around the island?
No, we're thinking about buying a ship and going on an adventure.
His eyebrows rise, and he's like, "Oh."
And we're curious if you'd like to join.
Oh, you see his foot start tapping the ground real quick, and he's just like, and then he jumps, and he's like, "Yes!"
Yeah. I give him. I go in for a handshake and then switch to a big old bear hug.
All right. He accepts the bear hug, and then he's just like, okay, hold on. I'm gonna pack my things right now.
Okay.
When are we setting sail?
Hold on. You got a few days, Raggedy. We still have to do another arena fight. We got a couple more errands to do on the island, but we'll be aiming to set sail shortly after our ship is ready.
Yeah,
Well,
I
okay,
would
that gives
say
me
you
time
probably
to get
have about a day, maybe a day and a half, not a few days.
Okay, I was thinking you guys would do the fight tomorrow and then set up your ship and take off in the morning.
Oh, that's true. Okay, yeah. Well, you have the rest of the day tomorrow, and then probably the day after that we'll be setting sail.
I also wasn't making the assumption that the warship was a thing that existed versus a thing that needed to be built.
Oh.
There's a shipyard. I don't think it's something that needs to be built.
I was thinking that it's already put together.
That hadn't been explicitly mentioned, so I was just being prepared.
We need a ship name.
We will come up with that.
You can't do a ship name until you see the ship.
Gotta see the ship.
Yeah, it's customary.
Yeah.
But Raggedy, he's just like, okay, well, that's actually perfect. That'll give me time in order to tie up some loose ends. You know, this town relies on me, but I have been training a couple of apprentices. My star pupil right now, her name's Ivy Springcoil. She is very, very talented. She's very smart. One of the best. I honestly, I feel like there's not much more that she can learn from me. And
sounds like you're ready to pass the torch, Raggedy.
Yes, indeed. And honestly, this island is become a reminder of something that it just makes me. I just need to get away from it, I think.
Well, we're happy to extend the offer to you, sir. And honestly, I think having an engineer on board would be most excellent.
And then he looks at you and he's like, okay, he like lowers his voice a little bit, and he's like, so I've actually heard that you guys have gotten a mission from Pathascent himself.
Oh,
Is that true?
Word travels fast. That is not inaccurate.
This is accurate. I think once we board the ship and we're on our way out, we'll be happy to tell you the details.
No, okay. As long as well, I was just thinking that if you guys are also on that mission, then I would be on the mission, and that I should also get my name on the contract.
Okay, should we go talk to Lucius?
I don't mind splitting this debt 4 ways instead of 3, so.
Yeah, right.
That he's like, debt? I thought you were just buying the boat outright. You had. No, that doesn't make sense. I suppose you haven't been here long enough to earn that much gold.
Yeah, Raggedy, we're not quite that flush, so we took out a loan to buy the boat.
Yeah.
Okay. No,
if you want your name on the contract, you're going to have to split the debt with us.
That's fine. I have some money myself. I can, I don't quite have $25,000.
Well, that sounds like a done deal. Raggedy, welcome to the team.
All right.
Welcome, sir.
Hey, we're fighting a dragon tomorrow. Any chance you want to join?
Yeah, sure. While you guys are walking to Lucius, he looks at you and his eyes light up. He's like, fighting a dragon. Oh my god.
Yeah, it sounded like fun.
You guys really take some risks.
And owl bears.
And owl bears.
Not at the same time, though. Owl bears first.
Not all at the same time.
No.
We figured we'd warm up on some owl bears before fighting the dragon.
Gotta get the blood flowing, right?
Yeah, you gotta stretch.
Like, what do you mean warm up? And then he pieces it together. You're doing a multiple stage fight?
That's right.
Absolutely.
Oh my god, why didn't I think of that? For months, I've never thought of that. And yeah. So you guys continue back to Lucius. Raggedy comes with you. And Lucius is smoking his cigar. It's about only halfway down now.
He hasn't finished the original cigar.
And his feet are once again up on his desk. You guys come in. He takes his feet off of his desk and he's like, takes a puff of the cigar and he's like, "And what can I help? And what can I help you with?" Surfer bro. What's up, bro? And what can I help you guys with this time?
Raggedy wants to join us.
Join you, in what? What do you mean?
In
Contract.
both the contract to get the loan for the boat as well as fight tomorrow's dragon.
Oh. Okay,
I trust that's not a problem.
oh no, not at all. Not at all. No, that's fine. But did I give you guys copies of your contracts? If I didn't say that, I actually meant to give you guys copies of your contracts.
The first one, yes, not the second.
No, well, that's what I was saying. Is if I didn't say it, I meant to.
Okay, so let's assume that we have copies of our contracts.
Assume you have copies of it. He's asking you to hand over your contracts. He needs to draft a new one.
Okay,
do so.
I hand it to
I'll
him.
hand it.
He tosses the contracts over into a little trash bin, and as soon as they land in it, they catch on fire.
Yeah!
I love it. It's like some Hogwarts shit, dude.
Incinerator trash can, let's go.
And then he pulls out a new sheet of paper, and it's like a standard, contract, and then he fills in some blank spaces, writing down Raggedy, Nix, Tom, and Son, and then he writes down the amount for the loan, and then he's just like, okay, and what, and then he turns and he's like, and what he lowers his voice now, and he's like, what about the contract with Pethicent?
He would also like to be a part of that.
Yeah.
And privy,
Ah.
as well as privy to that.
Oh, okay. You could hand me those as well, so let me, and then if you hand them back to him, he tosses those in, and then he pulls out another copy, a fresh copy of them.
Do you mind if I throw it in the waste bin?
He just did it. But yeah, if you want to ask before that, you can just, instead of handing him the contract, you can throw it in yourself.
Yeah.
I want to yell Kobe as he's throwing it in.
Roll sleight of hand.
Hold on. Can I get advantage on it because I fold it into a paper airplane first?
That would make it harder.
That would actually, that would make it a lot harder. You can get disadvantage.
So can I get disadvantage?
Yeah, you could. So do you fold it into a paper airplane?
Oh yeah.
Okay, you miss.
Oh.
And he's just like, can you get that?
Yeah,
Can you get
sorry.
that and throw it in the trash can, please?
I grab it and I crumple it up and I throw it in the trash can.
All right, so I'm gonna need you guys to sign here. He has 2 contracts, one for the loan and then one for the mission for Pathascent.
Okay.
I sign my name like John Hancock. It's really big.
Question, would it be prudent to read it? Is there any legalese that I need to be concerned about, or can I just...
I don't have the contract prepared, but if you want, I can prepare it for next game.
Okay.
But there's not really going to be any legalese. It's going to be straightforward. You guys, do this mission, get in the artifact, and then that will pay back most of the loan.
Bet. Pen to paper.
I'm down. I sign it.
And actually, I should have done this before, but you guys would probably need collateral.
I give him my pickle jar. This is very important to me.
But don't worry about it right now because
we don't really have anything.
Yeah, Pat doesn't trust you guys to actually do it because he believes that you guys understand the graveness of the situation.
Yeah.
So.
And I think that, just as players, we kind of understand at this point that that's driving the main storyline, so I think we're going to play the objective.
I'll sign the new one.
Okay, you guys all sign it, and then Lucius puffs his cigar some more, and he's just like, okay, well, is there anything else I can help you with? And he smiles.
You got another one of them cigars?
What'd you ask?
I asked him if he had another one of them cigars.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do.
Mind if I get one, sir?
He pulls the entire drawer out of the slot in the desk and puts it on top of the desk, and it is filled with cigars.
You mind if I get one of them bad boys? Just to celebrate the deal?
Right on, man. Go for it.
Hell yeah. I take a cigar and then I stick just like the tip of the cigar into the trash can to light it.
Hey, Lucius, man, I got a question. How do you keep that drawer from just falling out of your desk when the building rocks?
What are you talking about? The building rocking?
You know, like when there's a really big wave and the island tips a little bit, like wouldn't that drawer just fall out?
What?
Oh.
He's like, I know what you're doing right now, but yeah. He's just looking at you like, what? What? When a wave rocks the island, he does not know what the fuck you're talking about.
Maybe it's got like a clasp or something. I don't know. That's a cool desk you got there, Lucius.
I need one for the boat. The drawer itself is only held in by friction. It's wood on wood. There's like no wheels. It doesn't really slide on its own.
Tom Riches has just a blank face, like he's not understanding why he's not understanding.
And then Raggedy actually chimes in. He's just like, okay, do you really think that this island is floating, Tom?
Obviously.
What?
I could see why you would think that, Tom.
This guy. Okay, let me say, this is a rock. This is a rock big enough that it juts up out of the water. When a wave hits the island, it just splashes against it. It doesn't rock the island.
Yeah, this is the man you just loaned 25,000 gold to, by the way.
Oh, anyway.
Is there anything else you're not understanding? I hope that helped.
Sure. Make a little note. I want one of those desks.
I think all of ground life confuses him.
It's true.
Yeah, anything that is not a boat, he just doesn't understand how it's not a boat.
It just seemed like a good opportunity for it.
Have you seen those things that are like boats, but they go on land?
Yeah, land boats, right?
Like a
carriage.
Like a carriage?
Yes.
Who are you talking to? To Raggedy?
Tom.
Or to Tom? Okay.
Yeah, I've seen a land boat or two.
They're called carriages.
I mean, call it what you wish, but sure.
Yeah.
Well, if any case, if any time that we have a land boat or this is Raggedy, by the way. Anytime we have a land boat or a ship boat, I can probably figure out how it works. If anything becomes broken or disrepaired, or we might want to make modifications to it for a particular purpose, then that you have brought the right person along for the job.
Excellent.
I'm feeling good about this choice.
Yeah.
What did you say, Kyle?
I'm feeling good about this choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
Raggedy, can you design?
I'm also feeling great about it.
Can you design a drawer that won't fall out when the boat tilts?
Yes, easy.
Oh, fuck yeah.
All right. Well, Raggedy has gotten his first commission, I guess.
Yeah, Tom kind of leans back and just looks content with himself at this point.
Like you have achieved something.
Or like a wooden clasp on a joint that would spin around. It would keep it from moving out. Yes, and then there would be a piece of it that goes through the front of the drawer that you can twist it, just like a regular lock would work.
Yeah. Or just like an entire desk on a gyro.
Yeah. Yeah. Raggedy loves that you said that, and he's going to try and talk about it with you. Is there anything else you guys want to do? Like most of the day is probably gone by, but if you want to go by the blacksmith or something, you still have time to do that. All right.
Okay. You want to go by the blacksmith?
I guess we'll all join him at the blacksmith.
I'll go.
Okay.
Or I will, at least.
Okay, you guys go to the blacksmith. You have two choices. You can either go to the armorer, the weapon master, or the leather worker.
Weapon master.
Weapon master. Okay, what do you want to make?
I would like to make a harpsichord sword.
A harpsichord sword. So the weapon master does not know what that is. I'm trying to look for my page on the blacksmith. Location, blacksmith shop.
What is a harpsichord?
It is a
Sword in the shape of a harp.
Also a stringed instrument.
Things like a scimitar with strings that go from the tip of it down to the hilt, and you can string.
I really wish Lisa Claire had gotten somebody
someone to draw one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Bjorn Ironclad is in the blacksmith shop. You hear the rhythmic clanging of metal greet you as you approach the hammer and anvil. The large open-fronted door stone building is hot and smoky, but surprisingly well organized. Various weapons are along the walls and on the things, metal trinkets. You can also see the different devices around that from earlier when you did this. You've figured out that these devices probably channel emotional energy into the weapons that are made. Bjorn wipes some sweat off of his face with his burly arm, and his chest hair is just glistening in the firelight. Sparks flying as he's swinging his hammer on a thing, and then he stops and turns to you and says, the champions, I see that you, what brings you here?
I would like to commission a very particular type of weapon to be constructed.
And what kind of weapon is that?
So I proceed to describe to him the idea of a sword that is also a stringed instrument. And
he is confused, but also intrigued.
I give 3 examples, the 3 images I just posted, of feasible ways that I can think of to do it.
Jump to present. Oh, did someone make that, or did you make that last one?
I wish I had, but
did you use like chat or AI to make them?
Nah, dude. Google image search. Let's go.
Oh, okay.
DM.
Okay, so yes, Kyle.
Can we retcon that I put the shield and chainmail in my chest because I wouldn't in the mall because I recently wouldn't be carrying that all around.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you could do that.
That's not a
you
problem?
didn't have a fight today, so you didn't really have a reason to be carrying it around.
Of course.
Yeah. So the blacksmith, based off of your descriptions, he says, I don't think that I'm going to be able to make it just off of those descriptions, but if you could come back with a blueprint or something, that would really help. And Raggedy has been following you guys, and he says, I can help with that.
Okay. Raggedy, would you mind working with me to figure out a blueprint for a really cool sword?
I can use prestidigitation to make a illusory image, if that'll help.
Oh, that might actually, after we come up with the concept.
I can make a 3D model floating in front
like a
of
holographic projection
Yeah.
of whatever blueprint Raggedy comes up with.
Right,
Fuck yeah.
Right.
Okay, so you need to, the blacksmith is like, well, I'm sorry that I can't help you right now, but if you come back with a blueprint about what exactly you want, then I can begin working on it. And I think it would probably take the rest of the day to finish up with the blueprint.
Agree.
But yeah, you just got to get with Raggedy and decide which one of these models you want.
Okay. Cool. Well then, Mr. Blacksmith guy, we will be back with a blueprint.
I got a phone call. Back in a second.
Okay.
No problem.
Q.
Okay. See you in a minute. Hey, Brandon and Kyle, images I posted, which one jumps out at you guys?
The model I can make can actually only fit in my hand.
I mean, the one that
Really
jumps out at me is
maybe
going to be
helpful.
the one that looks most like the Buster Sword. That,
I like the first one.
yeah, that's the
first
Buster
one?
Sword one. It looks a lot. It looks a little bit like the sword that Cloud uses in Final Fantasy VII,
I
which
see
I
you're
like.
preparing to jump to Bard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Taking full advantage of the fact that we're at a place with a badass blacksmith. Because I want to create a weapon that does not exist in the game. Although, whoever came up with that third one actually put stats on it that kind of work for D&D. The weapon starts as 0 charges. When the Harpsichord sword hits a creature with a melee attack that deals damage for the first time on a turn, it gains 1 charge, and the harp in its center begins playing a lively tune that can be heard up to 100 feet away. For each
Too small, I
charge,
can't. Oh, sorry.
For each charge, the tune becomes more intense and complex. If you end your turn without hitting a creature with a melee attack that deals damage using the Harpsichord sword during that turn, it loses 1 charge, with a minimum of 0 charges. The weapon can have up to a max of 5 charges. For each charge the Harpsichord sword has, add +1 to attack and damage rolls made with. If attuned to by a bard and the harp and the sword is used as a casting focus, add +1 to your spell attack bonus and save DC for each charge the sword has. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Is that a description on the third picture?
That's correct. It's actually like a pretty cool
I cannot read
D&D
that.
friendly weapon.
I can't either.
Were you like looking at the original link?
Yeah, here, hold on. I'll see if I can get you a bigger photo.
Because that is tiny.
Okay. The Ghosts of Salt Marsh.
Ooh, okay, that's better.
That should be legible.
Yeah, that's easier. Wow, that's cool. Someone made this.
Yeah,
Mm.
and they made it D&D friendly.
Yeah. Weapon starts at 0 charges. Gains 1 time. 1 charge every time it hits a creature. That's really fucking strong.
It says legendary, to be fair.
It does.
Yeah. I'm fine with making the weapon, but it's gonna have to be like an evolving weapon or something.
That's
Like,
fine.
it's not gonna do that right away.
No, what would be cool is if it did that, but with less total charges available or something. Like
I
in
suppose
there's
that's
2
possible. Like,
charges.
at this point, it can only hold like 1 charge or something.
yeah, and as I level up, it can hold more charges or something.
Yeah. Each time you come back to Poketogeto, you can try and level it up
Ooh.
at a Bjorn or something.
I think it would be cool
Okay.
if you had to like get rare resources to level it
Add
up.
to it. Also cool.
Okay. Those
And
are
maybe
all things that I will consider.
Maybe the blacksmith tells me like, hey, this is what I'm capable of doing right now, but if you were to get me some of XYZ material, I might be able to make it better.
Okay, so you want to make the third design, right?
I think so. I do like the first one as well, guys, but the third one's pretty sick.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
So
fine with
that's
it.
your design.
It's your sword.
You spend the evening with Raggedy. I'm presuming in the barracks, just like hanging out,
Just shooting the shit and figuring out this blueprint.
eating dinner in the barracks, just like on your beds.
Now that we're there, I'm sorry, I want to go back to the blacksmith really quick, because now that we're there, knowing that I'm going to be a paladin, I think I would like to just commission like a longsword.
Okay.
Do you want just a normal longsword?
I can't think of anything like crazy that I would want. So I mean, just
I have a normal longsword that I can just give you if that's.
oh, okay. Well, then that works for me. I'll just
You could try
take
and
your
get a
longsword.
+1.
That's true. Can I take your longsword and just ask him to make it +1? Oh, you're going to need it for the fight. I would like to commission a +1 longsword.
I don't necessarily need it for the fight because I've got the Spear of Returning, so I've got 2 longsword. No,
You also
actually,
have a Javelin of Returning if you need
yeah,
it for this day.
and I've got the longsword with the spellcasting focus in the hilt. I've just got 2 spare longswords lying around, dude. Here, take one.
Okay. I'm gonna give him that long sword and just ask him if he can like buff it up, make it like a +1.
You could also commission like some plate armor.
I would like to do that as well. Well, Kyle,
I could also hand you my plate armor when we de-level because I don't think I'll be able to use it anymore.
You would put some armor away. I don't know if it's plate or not.
Chainmail +1.
Chainmail +1 is. That would probably be better than plate, wouldn't it? Just because it's +1 or no?
I think chainmail is it makes your AC 16, but you still get your dexterity bonus. Plate mail does not get any dexterity bonus, but its base AC is 19.
I think it's 18.
And loud.
Isn't it?
Oh. And it makes you have disadvantage on stealth checks.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, as a paladin, I'm probably not going to be trying to be very stealthy.
If you are trying to be very stealthy, I'll cast invisibility on you or
True.
something. Here, have some greater invisibility.
Yeah, I hear a noise, but I don't see anything.
I hear a bunch of clunking around like metal, but I don't see shit.
Must be nothing.
Must have been the wind.
So, what do you want to make? A long sword or some plate mail or chain mail?
I'll take the plate mail.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take the plate mail, and then I'll just take whatever longsword Darren gives me, and he can only do like one thing at a time, I would suppose. So I'll just take the plate mail.
Well, hold on. Isn't there a different guy for armor versus weapons?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you'd walk over there and ask him about it.
Yeah, because you could commission a sword and an armor at the same time, no?
Okay, cool. And then if we can do that, then I would ask the blacksmith if he could take this longsword and make it a +1, buff it up, sharpen it, whatever, and then I would ask the armorer if he can make my plate mail, and that is it.
One of the things, you can only do one at a time because in order to infuse it with the magic, you need to be a part of the process. You need to help him and help channel energy into it.
Okay, so one at a time.
Okay, I think the plate mail is going to be much more valuable than buffing up a longsword.
Brandon, do you want the shield +1?
Do you have a shield +1?
It's in the chest.
I'll definitely take it once we're done with the fight.
Will you want them all, or can we sell them all?
You can sell them all.
A sapphire shield.
I do have the sapphire buckler.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Totally forgot about that. Yep. So I'll take the sapphire buckler. Again, I'm just gonna commission the plate now.
Okay.
Okay, so just the plate.
Yep.
All right. You do that. You're gonna spend the rest of the day with the blacksmith, and by the end of the night, it'll probably be done. The process begins with material selection. You look around at the different pieces of metal around the shop, and then you feel one of them, and you're like, this one. And then the blacksmith is like, okay, so now we need to start hammering it after we heat it up. During this entire process, you need to choose an emotion that you are going to be channeling, thinking, or focusing on.
Choose an emotion that I'm going to be focusing on.
Yes, like while you're making it, do you feel like more of a raging fury, or do you have like a sense of serene calm?
I think benevolence.
Well, I feel good about freedom soon, I imagine.
Yeah, so I have like a good feeling of like calm and like benevolence and just happiness that I'm going to be off of this island soon, and I want to channel that.
Okay, joy.
Yeah.
All right. So decided that it is a little unfair before, when every single time you did it, you just had to roll dexterity. So because you are channeling joy, what's your preferred attribute?
My preferred attribute for a paladin or right now?
Right now.
Right now, it's probably
Intelligence.
intelligence. Yeah.
What makes your character right now the happiest?
Intelligence, or
Yeah.
like books and stuff like that.
Okay. So you're gonna roll an intelligence check, and you need to get above a 15, and you'll probably have, yeah, you get above 15, you'll get a magical effect.
I'm gonna use my inspiration on this, if that's okay.
That's great.
Okay, cool. Nice.
You got it. Okay.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah. Sweet, so I'm gonna have like some magical plate armor.
Yeah, so it's automatically going to be a plate, and it's going to be +1. And
Nice.
I'm going to decide the effect on it. Boat. Nope.
Are you gonna use like an RNG for the effect, or?
I'm looking at the Eladrin, because they have some magical effects that depend on the emotion of the actual
Gotcha.
thing. So
That's cool. I like that system. That's a cool system.
I think I'm just trying to think. I could do a random one, but sometimes a random one can fuck up the campaign.
Yeah, it can either be like too OP or just something I don't need at all.
Plate armor of wishing.
Plate armor of infinite wish.
Do you have a Misty Step spell?
I do have a Misty Step spell, yeah.
Okay, I'm just thinking.
Plate armor of all the resistances.
Okay, it wouldn't make sense for this. Eladrin, they have a phase step as a bonus action. It's basically Misty Step. They can just do it on their turn. And then if you're Spring Eladrin, that's the one that channels positive, like, happiness. And that lets you do your phase step on some other creature that's within 5 feet of you.
Are you letting him pick the effect?
No, I'm picking it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Now that being said, like my paladin, when I roll and actually use this armor, is not going to have Misty Step.
I think you would if it was in the boot, the plate.
All right, roll a d5.
Oh.
All right. It's a great roll.
Yeah.
1. Okay. You got it's a morale boosting plate armor.
That's actually not bad. Like that's great for a tanky situation. Is it like rally?
It's allies within a certain radius. Haven't decided that yet.
Okay.
Will be immune to fear and other
shit.
effects.
Okay, hell yeah. Support class for the win, boys. I like it.
What are the other effects? Like there's fear. Frightened is the effect. So they would be immune to frightened. Condition. Let's say immune to frightened, and if they have any exhaustion, they lose 1 level of it.
Sick.
Not bad.
That's actually pretty good because, like, if somebody, for instance, like, after you're hasted, you get like 1 level of exhaustion.
Yeah. Yeah, there's 6 levels of exhaustion, so it can fuck you up. So
Gotcha.
that's kind of cool. And let's say the radius on it is, what do you guys think a reasonable radius? Like 30 feet?
Yeah, 30 sounds good. That's reasonable.
Yeah.
All right. That is the plate. It's +1 plate armor of morale.
Is it
Wait,
only your
like
team
it.
or is it everyone in the radius?
It is your allies within the
Okay.
radius.
Nice. Cool. I love it.
All right. You wrote it down. +1 plate of morale. You
Let me.
allies within 30 feet are immune to frightened and reduce their exhaustion level by 1 level if they have exhaustion.
So is it all like if you lose the level, do you gain it when you leave the radius, or is it wiping it from you?
Yeah, you would gain it again when you leave the radius.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
It's like suppression.
I get it. Yeah.
Magic field.
Okay. Allies within 30 feet are immune to frightened and lose 1 level of exhaustion. Got it.
And just say, yeah, I think suppress 1 level of exhaustion while within the radius.
Okay. Yeah. That works.
That's more clear. Cool. The other choices were also kind of cool. But I think that one was probably the most fitting.
Honestly,
you,
that's
a solid roll.
that really, yeah. Honestly, that kind of goes with a paladin, so I like it.
Yeah, it was not like a regular roll. This was for a roll table roll.
Is it too OP to try and make my short sword a +2 at this point?
No. You guys are going to be fighting a genie as level 4, so you kind of are going to need like some shit to help
Okay.
you.
Because I can't really use the armor due to my class, but will this change the effect of it? Because rage isn't really helpful to me if I channel a different emotion.
It's not going to change the effect. You can try and make a new one though, or just upgrade it if you want.
No, I'm just trying to read it again. +2 damage and strength doesn't help me. As players, what do you think? Should I try and make a new one or upgrade it to +2?
What is the effect that's on your current one?
+2 damage with strength, but I use dexterity, resistance to slash bludgeoning, and can't cast spells while I'm in rage.
You're not really getting. You're not getting anything out of that one, really.
Right,
So
I
I
want to
would
make a
say.
new +1 sword if possible.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, since Tom was at the armor smith, you go to the weaponsmith and you can do this. So
I will channel freedom as well.
you're channeling freedom. Okay.
Like joy about being free as well, because I just paid off my debt.
Which attribute brings you the most joy?
Intelligence.
Intelligence.
Do I call inspiration now?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll use it.
All right. Roll your intelligence check.
16.
Oh, nice inspiration.
All right. Okay.
I said short sword, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you wanted a short sword. I'm liking this blacksmith, man. You can get kitted out.
Sounds like we're gonna need it though.
Yeah. Yeah, we're definitely gonna pay for all of this awesome gear pretty soon.
This awesome gear is gonna pay for itself pretty soon.
Truth.
Okay. Short sword weapons. Okay, roll a d6.
Or
Okay, you get a +1 short sword of euphoric critical.
ooh, that sounds nice.
You say euphoric tickle?
Critical.
Euphoric critical.
Uh,
Euphoric tickle. On a critical hit, the blade erupts into a brilliant display of light and joyful energy, which deals an extra 1d6 radiant damage. The burst of light also momentarily blinds the target.
Okay. That's more useful to me, yeah.
I think on a critical. What's the base damage of his short sword?
Hang on, I'm looking that up.
So 1d6 or 1d8?
Short sword is 1d6.
1d6, okay.
and you said
yeah,
Sorry, go ahead.
it'll do, it's a critical hit, so it'll just do 6 radiant damage.
Okay.
And then the target will be momentarily blinded, or should it be dazzled? Is dazzle a thing?
You said the sword that you're replacing uses a strength modifier?
Yes.
I may take that on my paladin then.
It's a short sword, but you can. I was gonna sell it, but if you want it, you can have it.
Yeah, I haven't looked at the weapons. Like, a longsword does more damage than a short sword, right?
Yes.
And a longsword is not a two-handed weapon, right? That's a great sword.
Right.
What? Can you read back the effect again?
Of the new one or old one?
The old one that you're replacing.
+2 damage with strength, resistance to splash damage, and I can't cast spells or I'm raging. So like, it gives me rage. I can't remember how many rages it lets me use in a day.
It gives you rage. A fucking paladin with rage would be sick.
Yeah.
Alright, so the burst of light when you do a critical hit will blind a target for 1d4 rounds. Should it also have a chance of blinding you?
Oh. It should or it does?
I don't know.
I don't think so. You cast spells that cause blindness that don't affect the caster.
Alright.
And I'm sorry, Kyle, what was the strength modifier on that?
+2 damage with strength.
+2 damage with strength. I don't even know what that means.
Like when you're attacking with a strength, because I use dexterity.
Oh, I see. That essentially makes the short sword a long sword then. Because a short sword is 1d6, a long sword is 1d8.
Yeah.
But I'll get charges of rage, so yes, I'll take the short sword.
Okay.
And they're also, they basically, so they're blinded. For 1d4 rounds, they are both blinded, and they have, basically, their body is outlined in light for that same number of rounds, and they suffer fairy fire, basically.
Damn.
Do they suffer the radial damage every turn, or just the initial turn?
Just the initial turn.
Okay.
The blindness only happens if they fail a Constitution save. The being outlined happens if they fail a Dexterity save.
So just write this down. Constitution for
Blindness. Yeah.
What else?
And Dexterity for being outlined. the fairy fire.
Okay. It does fairy fire too?
Yeah, for 1d4 rounds if they
Oh.
fail the dex throw. Yeah, I'm making it. It's a fucking crazy thing, but it's less than effective. Like fairy fire is just 1 minute, so 10 rounds. This is 1d4. So it'll help you get another critical on another hit and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah. So +1 short sword of euphoric critical.
Very nice. Thanks.
The other options were also pretty fucking sweet. I think that one was the best. Yeah, so now it's the end of the day. Darren, you and Raggedy are making this blueprint. I need to turn on a light. In my house. Do you have any artistic abilities?
In real life or in game?
In game. In character.
That's a good question.
Like a profession? You probably don't.
I don't think so.
So Raggedy is he's going to draw the blueprints with you guiding him.
Okay.
You're going to be telling him how to draw it, so you need to communicate effectively. Roll. I guess performance.
I could give that a shot.
You can do it. You can take your time as well if you would like to. Just take a 10 on it.
I might be better off taking the 10.
Okay. You take the 10 and Raggedy draws it as you tell him. You tell him it with your average ability, which is globally average for someone who is describing something as. Oh, did you roll?
Yeah.
Okay, so you rolled instead of taking the 10.
I said fuck it and got a 15.
Okay.
I don't know how much it helps.
Hey, sorry, you don't remember how many charges of rage my short sword of rage gives, right? I can't remember. I think it was 2. I don't.
I think it was like once a day or something.
Once a day, okay.
Where did I put it down? Key items. I did not write it down in there.
Thank you.
I don't know where I wrote it down. Do I have a loot folder?
I'm fine with 1 charge of rage per day.
Okay.
I'm fine with taking that. That's 1 more charge of rage than I ever could have gotten in this
I
paladin.
didn't really care too much because it took away all my spells, which is the entire point.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I just took the 1+1 damage, which is helpful.
That is just how rage works. You can't cast spells.
Yeah.
I understand that.
I know I have a loot folder somewhere, but I just can't find it right now.
But I'm sure you can understand why I did not rage as a wizard.
So you guys you give that sword over. You get your new sword, which is pretty cool. Brandon, you have your plate. You guys now after that, the blacksmith looks at you, and the other one looks at you, and they're just like, both of them, in other words or another, they're just like, that is amazing. And they shake your hand, like, I'm proud to work with you in making such a masterpiece. And then they send you off.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So you guys go to bed. You wake up the next day in the barracks. Raggedy sleeping in the same room as you guys now. He seems a lot happier now that he's going to be leaving the island with you guys. He's not going to be staying here after his best friend died. Just the lone leftover champion.
Right.
This break, kind of, but not really. And yeah, you see, he's already up and going about, getting ready, putting on his armor, getting his stuff ready. And he's just like, you guys ready?
I like to see Raggedy this excited.
Does he want him? Raggedy wouldn't want a maul or a shield or chainmail, would he?
Maybe chainmail.
Chainmail +1. He can bore it if he wants.
What is he wearing right now? Yeah, I don't think he has any armor on at the moment. So yeah, he could take some chainmail.
Okay.
You give him.
Brendan does want it when he becomes a paladin. Oh no, he doesn't.
No, I just got my plate.
Okay, then I'll give it.
Okay.
You can have it.
It's just a +1 chainmail.
Yep.
All right, compendium. Chainmail.
Yeah.
+1 chainmail. All right, yeah.
I don't know if I got it in me to do the whole arena fight tonight.
Okay.
No, it's getting a little late. That's acceptable.
It's
I'm pretty tired.
It was 4 hours.
Yeah.
All right.
I just wanted to call it out before we got that much closer to it.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, call it now. That's fine.
I removed chainmail from my page.
Okay.
So
do we want to come back just tomorrow just to get the fucking arena fight out of the way so that we can get off this island on the next session?
I'm okay with that. I just don't want to sit for another 2 hours or so.
Yeah, that's totally
It's my birthday tomorrow, so I don't know if I'll be available tomorrow.
Well, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thanks.
Yeah, happy birthday.
How else would you celebrate your birthday than slaying a young bronze dragon?
That is tempting.
Well, if you have time, let us know. If not, it's totally fine. But yeah, it would be nice to get this arena battle out of the way so we can get on our fucking warship.
I would like to finish the fight today, but obviously...
You think you can do half the fight maybe and take a break during the fight?
I mean, if you guys are cool taking like a 15-minute break now, I might be able to still hang.
I'm fine with 15 minutes. I mean, it's probably a good time to have at least a break. I just want to get it done.
I'm fine with playing more. I just want to take a bit of a decent break.
Okay.
Like we could maybe stop after the owl fight, possibly. Depending how long that is.
Well, I mean, if he wants to hang, like that depends on Darren, I guess, because
I mean, I can hang for the whole fight if we take a good 20-minute breather.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm fine with that. I'll go play like a round or two of Helldivers 2 and come back.
Are they that fast?
Yeah, they're normally around 20 minutes or so.
Oh shit! All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I realized I'm losing attention span fast right now, my dude.
It's cool.
No worries. Yeah, I mean, we have been playing for almost 5 hours, so definitely we'll take a breather and then come back and just get through this fight. Hopefully it won't take too long.
Q's now a good spot for a break?
Yeah, that's fine. Perfect spot. I'm going to start taking notes on what has happened.
Okay. Well, it's trash.
Yeah.
Guys, we have a fucking warship.
Yeah.
This shit's gonna be epic.
We also have a Raggedy.
And a Raggedy.
Yeah, we got ourselves an engineer, my dude.
I will be really happy if fucking Raggedy builds you a desk on a gyro. That would be hilarious.
He just like subtly asks for a pile of lumber one day,
Yeah.
and we don't think Quentin waits a couple weeks. We don't think anything of it. We just supply Raggedy with what he needs because he's the engineer and he's allowed to do whatever the fuck to continue creating things. We turn around and there's a fucking levitating desk.
he's like, you wanted a desk that doesn't move? This motherfucker will never.
A desk whose drawers are not affected by the sea? You got it.
What's funny is, like, it could have been solved with a simple class, but no. We're going fucking full gyro.
Alright, if I'm not back in like 20 minutes, one of y'all give me a phone call.
Will do.
Alright, see you in a bit, guys.
Cool, man. How old are you turning, Kyle?
32.
I was about to say, I think you're a little bit older than I am. Fucking old man.
Yeah. I'm no longer a young 30s.
A young 30-year-old buck.
32, mid 30s?
No. Mid-30s is like 34, 35. That's literally the middle of the decade.
Players went to Lucius and paid off Tom and Nix's debt. Then they went to... Oh yeah, you guys tried to find Cassia.
Yeah. Well, we ended up finding her, like, at the party.
Yeah.
And she paid off 1,000 of my debt. I have 350 gold that I still need to get.
Well, I got the new sword because that rage was not helpful.
Yeah. It'll help me out though with the paladin.
Yeah. The +2 would have been nice though, but yeah.
I mean, it's only with strength though. You don't use anything with strength.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, the resistance to slash and bludgeoning isn't bad either though. It's nice to have. What does resistance mean? Is it like halved or?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can have double resistance and then things are quartered.
Damn.
Oops, sorry, I'm just trying to change my items.
So much happened at the party. So much of nothing happened at the party, but it was great.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. It was good. It was a great role playing time.
Yeah. I didn't expect it to take as long as it did, but I think everyone was having fun, so.
Yeah, I had fun with the darts. Oh, you said 10 silver is 1 gold, right?
I have been
Yeah.
doing damage strong this whole time. I've been doing less damage than I should have. When I drag the short sword +1 out, it says I should be doing 1d6 +3 +1. I've been doing 1d6 +1.
Damn. Yeah, you need to add your, I think your strength to it.
Dex and
Your
yeah,
dex?
I haven't been doing that. I think.
Oh, is that how finesse works? I thought finesse just did it on the attack roll.
Well, either way, I dragged it out from the compendium, so it has to be correct.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on the internet, so it has to be
He
true.
was just drinking wine straight out of the bottle with Cassia.
Do we have any indication, like, why or what upset Father Eustace so much during his therapy session?
It wasn't really clear. I don't really say he got upset, but Pathascent was probing him about his prejudice against the Fae. And he was trying. I have the whole conversation written down if you want to read it. He's basically trying to convince him to give up his preconceived notions.
Stop being such a racist.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Do you want to read the conversation?
Sure, yeah.
And 5e. There we go. All right, cool. It wasn't too long. It all fit in one post.
Cool. I think another question, because I know like you were going pretty hard on like we need to like play the objective of going and getting the genie lamp and stuff like that. But at the end, like at the end of the day, like we all three also have like character side quests as well. So I don't know like how we're going to be, because it seems like it's really important to go and do the genie thing, obviously, and now we got to pay off that loan anyways. So like
I'll connect it all.
Okay, cool.
All right. That's something for me to worry about. I know it seems like you won't be able to do it right now, but
Yeah, I got you.
and there are other avenues for accomplishing what Path Ascent is going out to do. When I talked with Darren the other day, I got him to start reading all like the lore of the Forgotten Realms, and he was like, "This is awesome." But
I should probably start reading the lore of the Forgotten Realms as well.
I've
heard from
doing that though, we found out he actually in his thing he was, I think, trying to think of other ways to create a magical artifact or like a permanent magical effect.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this one thing called epic magic, which is the only way that you can cast something that's even close to like a 10th level spell. It's not really a 10th level spell, but there are ways to get around it. And like 5e doesn't want you to be able to do that at all. But it is something that like literally like we're 1485. Literally like 5 years ago, you could still do it.
Gotcha.
There's one way where you can. It's called a mythal, which is it's like a artifact that creates a permanent magical effect field. And those were created in ancient times. And there's there is a little bit of information about how to harness the energy of a mythal. So that could be an avenue. There's also, epic magic. And to cast epic magic, you have to have more than one person trying to cast the spell, so you need an anchor. And that is how the Spell of Silent Echoes works. I don't know if you guys remember, but there's an Orogenist trapped inside of the artifact who is a permanent anchor for maintaining the spell.
Gotcha.
What are other ways? There's also, you can harness the primordial essence. Primordials are like innate magical beings, like fire elementals or earth elementals, etc., but also dragons and giants and other things. If you kill enough of those and harness and save their essence, they said that there is certain ways you can turn that into an artifact. There's also Mistra's Choice, which is something that if you're a mage or a magician, you can become a magister by gaining Mistra's favor. And if you become a magister, then your goal is to create new magic. And once you create new magic, you are presented with Mistra's Choice, which will result in your death, but you can be turned into a magical artifact.
So you die, but you become an artifact.
Yeah, there's also other things that can happen, like you become reborn, or generally after you're reborn, you lose the ability to wield magic. But there is one person who that didn't happen to, and they were like super famous.
Mistra is like the goddess of magic, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
So you guys could maybe find a magister, and after they create new magic, you could convince them to make the artifact that you want.
Speaking of
another avenue.
Yeah, speaking of goddesses and stuff, I just remembered the lore that I kind of came up with about my paladin and how I became an Oathbreaker. I originally was a worshiper of Selune, but after the whole goat thing, I felt so betrayed. I now worship Shar.
Yeah. I was a little worried about how that was going to interact with the new information you got from the letter today, but I think it's still fine. It changes how you would feel about the cults of the Pissing Goat if they were the Shar worshippers, but it can easily be something else.
Regardless of if they worship Shar or not, I mean, they took steps to ruin my life. It's not like I'm going to, be so happy with them. I'm not like going to be their friends just because they worship Shar.
Yeah.
It's like Christianity nowadays. Like, there's asshole Christians out there.
They hate each other.
Yeah.
Alright, during the party, let's see. Rex the Rat King's party.
Brandon, you're okay to keep going, right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I just didn't want to guilt you guys because it was my birthday.
No, I'm not. I don't feel guilty at all.
Okay.
I want to keep playing.
Yeah.
I want to finish the island.
Yeah, me too. I want to get into the proper campaign. But it's totally understandable that Darren needed a break as well. But no, I don't feel guilted in the least bit.
Okay.
Alright, the group of children playing darts. All right, trio of dancers. Kyle, you were the one who rolled a 1.
Sorry, what?
I was saying with the dancers, you were the one who rolled a 1. All right. The super fans.
It looks like the Shang-Chi director is working on the live-action Naruto.
What's the Shang whatever director?
Isn't that 10 Rings?
10 Rings? Like the Rings of Power?
I think so.
Oh,
Yeah, Shang-Chi and the Rings of Power.
okay. Oh, Shang-Chi. Okay, no, that was the Marvel superhero with
Yeah.
the buff Asian guy from
Yeah.
Kim's Convenience.
And he's working on the live-action Naruto. That's gonna be interesting.
I did like Shang-Chi. So maybe it'll be good. Every fucking live action anime has been awful, basically. But
I liked fucking Cowboy Bebop. I liked what Netflix did with Cowboy Bebop, and then they fucking canceled it.
I liked Cowboy Bebop as well.
Yep. I can't think of any of the other ones that I really like. Huh?
The music slaps.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know why the fuck they canceled. Oh, their rendition of One Piece was good. The live action One Piece.
I like One
for
Piece.
their what's that mecha show? Gundam. Their
Gundam?
live action Gundam.
Oh God, really?
Yep.
Is it good?
It's not out yet. It'll be next year or so.
They're making a Netflix show out of the Three Body Problem.
Yeah,
that's gonna be in March, and that's gonna be. I hope it's gonna be sweet.
Yeah,
it's really good.
Yeah, I read it recently.
I still haven't read it. I need to read it.
It is so imaginative.
It's a First Contact book, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's yeah.
What I like about it, and from what I've heard, like the book is not about the three body problem, but there legitimately is a three body problem in physics.
Yeah. The book is like the entire conflict is triggered by a three body problem. Like the First Contact aliens, the reason that they need to invade is because their system is a three body problem. Every like a certain number of years, their planet drifts too close to one of the three suns and kills everything on the planet. And they have predicted the future trajectory, and at some point, one of the stars is going to drift closer to another star than it ever has before, and it's going to siphon off a lot of the gas and turn it into a red giant. And then it will encompass all of the inner planets in the solar system, and their planet will be destroyed, basically. So they need to go to another planet.
Sorry, I hope we didn't distract you from taking notes.
Yes, you have, but I don't mind. I still remember.
You know what was a good show that didn't get much, like barely at all traction, or coverage, but they did a really good job of it, is Apple TV's rendition of The Foundation.
I haven't seen that yet.
I liked that one too. I did not like the departure that they did. A couple of the departures they did from the story, I did not like.
Yeah.
But I think they did a really good job as far as like making it, enjoyable for like the mainstream audience.
Yeah. I like how they go a lot more into like Empire than the book really does. Yeah. And that's kind of a departure as well, but I mean, Asimov didn't really give you a whole lot about Empire, so
yeah, they did.
They made it a pretty interesting story.
Yeah. And also like if you're gonna watch a show that's literally the exact same as a book, like no plot changes, then it's like, why am I even watching this?
Yeah, and that's like why I give some things like a little bit of creative freedom, but I agree. Like there's a line, you can't depart too much from the book.
Yeah. Netflix is trying Death Note again.
Oh my god, really? They butchered it the first time.
God damn.
Yeah. You know what we need more Death Note.
The Last of Us, for the HBO series The Last of Us, that was one that they literally did not really almost at all depart from the game's storyline.
Yeah, The Last of Us was...
And it was still a phenomenal show.
The video game was basically made... Like, you didn't really need to play the game if you could just watch the cinematic cutscenes.
Yeah. Right. A lot of Naughty Dog is like that. It plays out like a movie. Like, they're also behind the Nathan Drake collection, the Drake's Fortune or whatever. Those games also play out a lot like a movie.
Yeah.
That being said, I like all the W's that fucking Pedro Pascal has been racking up here lately.
how did you guys like how Raggedy was the one who's like, hey, what about Raggedy?
Yeah,
funny.
a little bit of shameless self-promotion right there. I loved it.
I in my notes I had just written down that someone said that, and in the moment I was like, that someone needs to be Raggedy.
When you said it, my mind immediately went to, that's Raggedy, isn't it? So I'm glad that it was. It was pretty perfect.
After that, then Tom, after the town announcement, players enjoyed the party and retired. All right. After a good night sleep, players awoke. All right. After that, you guys, I think the first thing you did was go to the port.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, Kyle.
Are you drinking, Brandon?
Yeah, I had to get some beer. Is funnily enough, if you haven't done this one cool crazy trick, the best thing to cure a hangover is alcohol. Bite the dog that
Does
bit
it
you.
cure it, or does it just make it tomorrow's problem?
It depends on how much you drink. Like if you go and like drink a whole fucking bottle the next day, then yeah, it's gonna be tomorrow's problem. But if you just drink like a moderate amount or whatever, yeah, like I don't feel the hangover at all anymore. Not the healthiest way to cope with a hangover, but it's a good cure.
Do you have Domino's in USA? You should, right?
The pizza joint?
Yeah, the pizza joint.
Yeah. I
My
used to
local
work
one
for
gives
them.
you a full medium pizza on your birthday, so I might have to do that.
Cool.
We don't have that under capitalist United States. God, dude, you guys get free healthcare, free pizza? What the fuck?
You have a lot of restaurants we don't like. We don't have Sonic. We don't have.
Okay, Sonic is actually pretty good.
Is it based on the video game character?
No.
Oh.
Sonic was out before the video game character.
Oh.
Sonic is, it's actually a really old chain, like.
Yeah, that was around fucking Game Gear.
Yeah, my great-grandparents who were born in the 30s, I mean, they talk about going to Sonic like in their 20s. So, had to have been around.
Google what else is Jack. We don't have Jack in the Box or In-N-Out burgers.
We don't have either of those on the East Coast.
Five Guys?
Five Guys we do have, and they have the best fucking fries.
Yeah, we don't have that.
Oh, you guys have Chick-fil-A?
I don't know.
Oh man. To be honest, like if I'm being really honest, Chick-fil-A has great waffle fries, but you're not missing a ton. Like it's really not as much hype as Americans really make it out to be, but some people get really hyped about Chick-fil-A. I want to say, like, is Mellow Mushroom a national chain, Q? Do you know?
I think so.
You guys have Mellow Mushroom? It's another pizza joint.
No, we don't.
Oh man, they have like really good sourdough pizza.
We have Pizza Hut, Little Caesars,
Little
Pizza
Caesars.
Pizza?
Yeah, that's Little Caesars.
No.
Oh well, Pizza is Little Caesars' like slogan or whatever.
It's a slogan, but there's a chain called Pizza.
Yeah, we don't have that. I don't know if they ever went out of business, but we used to have this place that was like a all you can eat buffet pizza joint called Cece's Pizza.
Never heard of it.
That was
I
pretty
liked
good.
Cece's. When I was a kid, I loved Cece's. As I got older, I realized that it was like really shitty pizza.
It's terrible pizza. But I mean, as a kid, you're just like, fuck yeah, all you can eat pizza. That's amazing. They had this one like dessert pizza too. It was really good. Terrible for you, but really good. What about like steakhouse joints? Do you have like Outback or Texas Roadhouse or any of that?
Outback sounds familiar.
Well, you're not really a meat eater though, so you probably
I'm
wouldn't.
vegan, yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't be a huge steakhouse connoisseur, I guess. I'm surprised there really aren't any like, especially at this point, there really aren't any like vegan like national chains or fast food
There's
joints.
some small chains around me, but they're not
Oh,
like
yeah.
huge. Burger King has a vegan burger though, which I've never tried.
Yeah, they have the Impossible Burger, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I never tried it either, but
I saw it wasn't a restaurant, but it was like a grocery store, and there was this half vegan, half meat burger, and I'm like, who's that for?
why
Vegans
the
don't
fuck?
want it. Meat eaters don't want it.
It's just like I'm trying to convert, like I'm halfway there. That's funny.
Yeah, I guess. That's a very small market, though.
Yeah.
I don't want to scare away your subscribers by talking about vegan food. I bet they all left.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody's gonna leave over something that simple, then fuck 'em.
I also came up with the immolation trash bin on the spot, which is I thought was cool because
I like that, and I forgot to ask him. I was gonna ask him like, dude, where do you get a trash can like that? Because I think it would be fucking phenomenal. It would be novel to have something like that on the ship.
A little dangerous to have on a ship, but
Yeah, you're right. That's true.
maybe if it was not a wooden ship.
I'm just gonna say I think it was pretty fucking slick and cool to light my cigar with it.
No, that was like I was not gonna put that. I forgot about that, but I'm gonna put that in now in the recap.
I was going to say too, like every time we kept going back to Lucius, like I love how his cigars are like such an important detail every time.
Really, I don't think he had a cigar before this time. Did he?
No, you might be right. At least, well, what I mean by every time is we went back to him multiple times, every time we went back, the cigar was an important detail. It's